Hi everyone, this is Sandy from Scissors in the City. This is a 2-page layout using Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Life in Bloom paper, along with their bits and pieces and some of their enamel dots. These are some of the supplies that you need to make the project. A trimmer, a ruler, some Scotch tape, tape runner, and a scissors. These are the items that you will find in your packet. And to begin, we're going to take our green strip of paper and cut it in half. Set those aside. Then we can take our 12 by 12 papers and we will trim off the top tag. We're going to use this, so don't discard it, and cut it off of both papers. It's that ID strip at the top of the paper. Then we need our polka dot. And again, I'm going to cut off the ID tag. That's one we will not be using. Trim 1 inch. And we'll set that aside. And then we need a 5 by 7. So this should already be 5. So we need 7. And a 2 by 2. And we'll go back to this 1 inch strip that we cut off and cut it at 3 inches. So those papers we do not need. We need our 5 by 7, a 2 by 2, and a 1 by 3. The other polka dots can be set aside. We won't be using them. And then we'll go back to this ID strip and let's just trim it right at, cut off the writing. Then we should be done with our trimmer. So let's take the 12 by 12 paper and we'll start with the first page. And we will take this. Sorry, we did need to trim that to 9 inches. And that's not exact, so I will just snip it with my scissor. We will need those 3 pieces. This will be placed about 2 1/4 from the left edge. Just alongside there. You can use that for our measurement or our guide. And then this one, we'll put some adhesive on this ID strip. And we'll place it about like so. And then our polka dot. Place like that. And we're going to need lots of dimensionals. We have some white papers these will be actually our photos, and that's going to be 4 by 6. And I will pop that up. And let's place it about equal distance all the way around. And we need these stamp tags. And I actually took this one. And the yellow and pink will be on the second page. So these actually are stamps. They're perforated. Just go like that. And again, I'm going to use some dimensionals. I want this hanging off, so we're going to put it out like that. Put a dimensional on this one and butt it up to the previous ones. And I took these and we'll do some more dimensionals. And that is right over like that. We need our life documented. And I use some more dimensionals. And placed like that. Then if you find this one, this little butterfly set, I fussy cut off the blue butterfly. And we'll save him for our second page. So it looks about like that. And I kind of bent the wings up and added another dimensional to the back of it. And I put that right over the top of the butterflies that were up next to the life. And we have our date stamp And we're going to put that on there. And if you find your 2 tags, and there's a little spot to punch out the circle at the top, and a piece of your twine, cut that at 9 inches, and I tied a bow in the end. And then I fed the other end through the tag. And then I came up the back side of the other tag and tied a bow in that end. So I have my 2 tags like that. Then I put dimensionals on the back of both of them. And I'm going to place them about like that. And they will go on the left up here, one over the other one. Put that one down first. Slide that in on top. And these are placeholders again, the 2x2s. There's 3 of them that we'll need. And I'll put some dimensionals on the back of them. And we're going to put one there. And then the next one's tucked under just a smidge. And the next one's also tucked under a little bit. And then if you're fine, these 2 butterflies, I bent them up in the middle. And for these, I put the dimensionals on the wings because that's what I want sticking out. And that will go like that. And then overlap them some. Just add a few of your gems on this. let's put a couple at the top over here. And there you go. This is page 2. To begin with, we'll take our paper and we need to trim some of this off. We want to cut about a half an inch. And then we're going to turn it over, and our green strip that we had from before, we're going to attach it. I'm going to attach it to this side so that it looks like that. And the easiest way is to line it up and then take your Scotch tape and tape it in place. After you got that on, flip it over again. And we're going to, this will cover up I'm going to take our strip, and that will cover up the seam or the splicing that we did. Like that. And because this is the same paper as we used on page 1, we want it to look different. So we're going to make this cluster look like so. You need your 2x2 dots, and we'll use some dimensionals. And we will need this, and these are also perforated so you can split them. And I built that kind of like that, and you can do that before we even put it on here. So we have that. And we of course need dimensionals on this. So just kind of lay it on there where you're happy. I'm going to place the dots about like that. So it's just to the right of this butterfly on an angle. And these I'm going to tuck in behind. So the green one I did not put dimensionals on. Like that. And then you have this, and that's going to cover up the top part of the camera. And we have one more thing to add, and that's our memories. And we will use dimensionals. let's place it like that. Then we have our photo squares. A 4x4, a 3x4, a 3x3, and a 2x2. So they are going to be arranged like this. Dimensionals again. About 3/4 of an inch from the left side, just over this box. So that's our 3x3. Then the 4x4. And again, these can either be photo mats for your photos, or you can replace them with your photos. This one goes, go on, Muffin. Keep going. Then left over from your first page are a couple of these butterfly stamps. We're going to place dimensionals on the back of those. And we want just a little adhesive. Actually, I guess this is the way I should do it. Like that. And that little butterfly that we cut off of that first set of butterflies, I need to trim him a little bit better here. And I bent his wings up, and he just needs a little dimensional. Oh, it's gonna go like that. And we have our 2 tags. One tag, sorry. One tag and our 3-inch strip of polka dots. Well, here it is. And I need to cut a tag on that. So I'm just going to put that in there and use that for a guide. I'm doing the same way. I tied the bow on the one end and I'm feeding it through. And then put a dimensional on the back of that. And this one, I just laid it right on the paper. This one will go over the top. And then tie another bow. This one doesn't come through the back side, it just goes over the top. It's a little long, so we will trim that. For this one I need a glue dot. And then this page is done. All you have to do now is add your gems and scatter those around. Take off my tapes. And that page is done.